You might be wondering if there's anything you can be looking for to see if Nutrizorb is working with your herd. And I've definitely wondered the same thing before too. And in this video today, we'll talk about what those visuals are and how to interpret them so that you have tools in the back pocket for your next pasture trip run. Hi, I'm Ashley Kettner with Riomax, and I've been working with ranchers across North America for numerous years now. And my husband and I are actually the 6th generation to take over the family ranch. Now, there's a few different visuals that you can be looking for to see the effects of Nutrizorb. One is checking manure. 2 is checking feed bunks or bales if you bale graze. And 3 would be the appearance of cows. So these are all important things that you can be looking for to see how Nutrizorb is actually working. Checking manure. So a couple things here, but the first would be checking consistency. So the good proper consistency would look like thick pancake batter, and it actually will have a divot right in the center of the pat. When a pat looks like this is telling us that the rumen is in good shape and that the ration is right on point for that cow's nutrition needs. Another one would be when you're looking at the manure pat itself. With Nutrizorb, you're gonna see that there's actually less leftovers within that pat. Okay, so let's talk about the effects of Nutrizorb in your feed. The first thing that I look at is your pastures. If you're able to keep them out on the pasture longer, maybe not feed the ration as early in the fall as you have in the past, that's gonna be huge. It's gonna add up so fast, whether it's just a few days longer or a few weeks longer, it adds up so quickly. Another thing to think about is if you are maybe rotating the same time as previous years, but there's more forage left behind, that's more ground cover and more carbon left on the ground for recycling and being able to have good regrowth when you come back to that same pasture on the next rotation. So if you are feeding with a TMR wagon, then one thing that you'll notice is that as you're feeding, the cattle will actually start leaving more and more behind. So what ranchers will typically do is they'll start to cut back feed until the cattle are cleaning up that bunk nicely. Another one would be feeding hay. You may start to notice that with Nutrizorb, you're gonna have that bale lasting you longer. The appearance of cows. So a few things here. With Nutrizorb, you may start to see that the cattle are holding their condition a lot better further into the fall and winter without having to supplement any hay. Or maybe you do have to supplement hay, but they're holding their condition with far less hay than what you typically use. Another one would be the activity of the cow. You'll notice that the cows start to lay down earlier in the day. And why that's important is because if the cattle are even laying down 30 minutes earlier every single day, that's an extra 15 hours a month that cow is not using energy to graze, but using that energy while she's laying down to work on fetal programming, digestion, and so forth. I challenge you to keep these tools in the back of your pocket for the next time you go to the pastures so you can see firsthand for yourself. I also encourage you to go to the Riomax science page to learn more about Nutrizorb and how it's working to have these effects. And if you have any further questions, don't hesitate to call because we're here to help.